would be hard to play better than Andrew Luck did in Week 7. The Colts QB completed 69% of his passes for 353 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had no turnovers in the win over the Titans, bringing the Colts to 3-4 and within 1 game of the Texans for the lead in the AFC South. And so clearly, there is no sign of panic with the Colts and their franchise quarterback, even though they'd like to shore up that offensive line, I'm sure. But there are some other concerning quarterback situations out there, and whether it's related to the actual quarterback or perhaps the talent around him, we'll look at these situations one play at a time, and then you decide panic or patience, shall we? We start here. Ryan Fitzpatrick replaced by Geno Smith for a total of 32 snaps over 2 games until Smith tore his ACL in the win against the Ravens. Fitzpatrick, who leads the NFL with 11 interceptions, will be back Sunday in Cleveland. Here's the quarterback.
The biggest thing in this game in order to last is to have belief in yourself, because when the owner stops believing in you and the GM stops believing in you and coaches stop believing in you, sometimes all you have is yourself. I probably play better as an underdog, pissed off. So, I don't know. I mean, going forward, yeah, I'll be pissed off.
If pissed off is going to stop the turnovers, then I'm happy. I'm more than happy to have them pissed off the whole time. But, this is a show-me game. There's nothing about belief or non-belief. And people get assigned to do jobs, and they do them. And if I don't do my job or the GM doesn't do his job and the quarterback doesn't do his job and the team doesn't do their job, eventually they'll replace us all. I know Fitz, and I know what he means, and I have no problem with him venting his frustrations. Just use it as a positive.
All right, panic or patience, Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Well, you didn't even wait.
I'm surprised he waited that long.
Full on panic. Anytime you think this is not a production business, you throw 11 interceptions, nobody believes in me. Your teammates don't believe it. You give it to the other team, we're all in trouble. But listen, where are we going to go? We're 22nd in passing, 21st in the run game. Eric Decker's hurt. We're in trouble. We have to full on panic. And by the way, 28th in the league for our defensive stopping the pass. I don't have a whole lot of confidence.
I mean, he's got this chip on his shoulder.
Oh,
now,
he's angry.
Yeah,
that's right. You're right. He's angry.
You want to take it back?
He needs that chip on his shoulder because all the interceptions, nobody believes in it. I mean, you can go back his hometown. I'm telling you, nobody's believing in it right now. You got to show me the money. You got to show.
Right.
He said it best. He said,
right.
Coach said it best.
Full on panic, says Jeff Saturday.
A little patient. A little
I
patient.
mean, he's got that chip again.
Tim's more patient, apparently. Case Keenum threw 53 passes in London last Sunday, completing 60% for 291 yards. He threw a touchdown pass to each team, finishing with 1 TD and 4 picks in the game with 2 interceptions for 62 yards. Giant safety Landon Collins was actually Keenum's second most productive receiver. However, Jeff Fisher said this. He'll stick with Case Keenum as the starting quarterback through the bye week. I've not changed my mindset whatsoever with respect to Case and Jared. Jared's going to be our starter, but we're just going to continue with Case. Interesting way to put it. However, Case Keenum, panic or patience?
Yeah, I mean, hearing that, I think, I'm not going to be as quick to hit it.
Okay.
And actually, you know what? I'm not going to hit it. I think everyone needs to get off Case Keenum's back here. You mentioned Landon Collins in the touchdown.
I did.
You know what happened? That ball went through Tavon Austin's hands and off his helmet and was picked by Landon Collins. That's not the quarterback's fault. He threw it 50-something times. He had 4 interceptions. 3 of them are on wide receiver mistakes, which is exactly why Jeff Fisher is talking about, I'm going to make a change at wide receiver before I make a change at quarterback. You go back to the previous week. He completed something like 20 passes in a row. The reality of the situation there is Case Keenum is not the biggest problem for the Rams right now. And I think one of the worst things you can do as a head coach is take a quarterback and replace him when the rest of the team knows, especially the guys on the offense, know that the mistakes happening around him are probably more of why the guy's struggling than his own play.
I totally agree with you there. I think you've got to give them a chance, and they're still in the playoff hunt. If this was a situation where they were 1-5 and they were on, they were out, now I understand you need to make a change to get the next quarterback ready for next year. This is not that situation. And Case is playing pretty well.
Yeah, and he's not ready. So you
see that you hear the music
It's making me nervous. No, this is making me nervous. I don't like this music.
You don't like this?
No, it's making me nervous.
It's like Spa Window.
Yeah, make you go to sleep.
Because I haven't been there any time lately. All right, it's been a tough start for Carson Palmer. A year after his Cardinals posted a 13-3 record, he's 2-3-1 through week 7. Palmer is averaging 1.5 yards less per attempt than he had a year ago, and his total QBR 20 points lower. All right, panic or patience, Mr. Jerome? Really don't
Yeah, you're not going to do it on Carson.
I'm going panic, and you know what? It's not necessarily.
I don't know about that.
It's not necessarily the numbers that's telling me this, but what I'm seeing is a steady decline. And most importantly, I'm seeing him in the biggest games that he's played in. The last 2 playoff games, he was atrocious. They won against Green Bay, and was not because of him. In spite of him, and he played awful against Carolina. And that, I think, has a lingering effect into this season. You know, he didn't play bad against Seattle, but they didn't win the football game. And he has to find ways to get his team in the winning column, and he's not doing that right now. I would be very concerned about Carson Palmer.
You don't think 6 points is producing on a good stage?
It's a good defense.
It's a good defense.
It's Nelson got run down from behind.
It's a good defense.
I will say this. You could tell, and this was early in the season, the first game of the season, you could tell he has not felt comfortable yet. And you can just, you see it about, there's something about just the way that he carries himself in the pocket, walking back and forth. Everything is, why isn't it here? You can tell that it just, there's not a good rhythm and flow to what he's doing.
You're panicking
I'm kind of a patient guy, though. I'm not a full-on panic.
You sounded like you
careful. Be careful.
I agree with some of his confidence.
Some of my assessment. He's agreeing with somebody.
Yeah, but I wouldn't panic on Carson Palmer. No.
Tim here is in the spa. He's getting a.
Are you in the spa still?
Apparently, he's stuck back there.
You got like
I'm not going to Drew Stanton. I know that.
All right.